Hello, Jennifer.
Hey, how are you ladies?
We're great. Sadly, we're in two different places. I'd much rather be sitting right next to Mila.
Well, listen, I'm big fans of both of yours, and I love this movie. We're going to talk all about it. But first, Glenn, you know I got to go there. Your booty moves on Oscar Sunday. When I was watching that, I was thinking, girls got to take that to the club once they reopen. Tell me how it happened and how much of it was scripted.
Well, I knew they told me that the song was going to be debut, and told me about some of the great bands and the people. But I did some research. I went and saw the dance video, so I knew what the dance was, and that was totally spontaneous.
Oh my God! Were you practicing at home before that day?
No, I didn't think I was going to be doing that on television.
Well, did you see Spike Lee's response to it, by the way?
I did, and he called me up as well with his family, which was wonderful. Yeah.
What did he say?
Oh, he said, I have a lifelong sister card now. I have a sister card, which is probably better than an Oscar.
Yeah, I mean, Diane Warren said you should have won an Oscar just for that, just for those moves. I'm telling you. And if you're offering lessons, I mean, Mila and I are in, right?
Yes. Oh, Mila, please
sign me up. I'm in.
Yeah.
Sign both of us up. So let's talk about 4 Good Days, because I love this movie. Powerful movie about what addiction can do to a family. And Mila, your transformation was incredible when you opened up the door and we saw the teeth. Tell me what it took. How'd you prep to get into the psyche, first of all, of somebody who is battling addiction?
Well, it's a really good question. I think when I first read the script, I don't know if I would have understood this film 6 years ago. I don't know if I would have gravitated towards it 6 years ago. And the truth is, I looked at it from the lens of, I have 2 kids. I will do anything for those. There's nothing that I wouldn't do for my children.
Yeah.
And I couldn't understand this one woman just simply not being able to not do drugs. Just don't do drugs and you can have it. And I was like, just don't do drugs. Just don't do it. And so I think for me, the most interesting part was trying to understand how addictive and how damaging the opioid crisis truly is in order to have a mother like myself. What would it take for me to not see my kids? And how is that humanly possible? And so that to me was the most interesting, was just humanizing that. Because I think there's so much stigma. People like, it's so easy, just don't do drugs. What's the big deal? Just don't do it.
Yeah.
It's so
much easier said than done, for some, especially their families too. And Glenn, I mean, you portray that perfectly, talking about a mother because it's not just the addict, it's their loved ones too, who are suffering. So can you talk about how you got into that mindset?
I have a sister who's been sober now. Jesse's been sober now for about 18 years. Mm-hmm. And I know how hard that is.
Yeah.
It's one of the hardest things, if not the hardest thing somebody can do, is to get over an addiction. And to have, with the opioid crisis, that's so deeply addictive, I mean, it takes over everything. And it decimates families. We think, one person has family, has friends, and then it starts affecting towns.
Yeah.
And we need to really understand and humanize this scourge that's occurring in our country. Put ourselves in people's shoes and without judgment, and realize what people are going through, for all, for different reasons. So yeah, I think it's an important film, and I think it is about family.
Yeah.
It's all about family, and and we need support, from, we need it needs to be financially supported, that's part of addiction.
Yeah, for sure. And Mila, the physical transformation, we were talking about that earlier. I mean, with the prosthetics and then the no teeth, and then, the skin, even your skin was like, you could tell it was sallow. And just talk about that a little bit. What was that like for you?
I mean, well, first, it was weight loss. So that you have to, I mean, I like to think healthy in real life. So you have to look unhealthy. When you lose weight as a woman, you instantly lose weight in your face. And so it was one of those where the second that I lost one too many pounds, it was very evident. And I was like, ooh, this looks great. Like I sadly was like, this looks really good, for a heroin addict. But
Like I got the cheekbones. Yeah.
yeah, you look sickly. It doesn't look healthy.
Yeah.
So that was really great. And then Howard, who did my prosthetics for oh my God, he did it for Oz the Great and Powerful, and we worked together before. And he's an incredible special effects artist. He did my teeth, and so then once you just kind of put on the teeth and you just look sickly. And my makeup artist Tracy, who's on my makeup for 20 years, then she puts the the pop marks, the Indian, like the shadows. It just makes you feel like it is like I understand, like if you look good, you feel good. Like I understand, because I look I was like, oh my God, I look awful. And then you kind of just like, it just, you feel
transforms you and even your character. Glenn, I have one more question before I let you go. Hollywood is big on remakes, right? I just recently watched Fatal Attraction again because I love that movie so much. If that movie were to be remade, who would you want to see cast as the two mains?
Oh, my daughter.
Good answer. I love that idea.
Yeah, the guy, geez, there are a lot of incredibly great. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. If it's remade, it should be done from her point of view.
I agree. That would be great because we're talking about. I watched the movie and I was like, well, this is actually a lot about mental illness and not necessarily about what it was maybe portrayed as.
Abuse. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Mila. Thank you, Glenn, for your time. Congratulations on the movie. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. If you want more extra, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll never miss a video.